We know the four teams making up the who, but now we know the when for one of the top recruits in the United States of America. For Rivals.com, I'm John Garcia Jr., National Recruiting Analyst, and we've got a verbal commitment date now public for Eddy Pierre-Louis. Standing 6'4", over 300 pounds, out of Tampa Catholic High School in the state of Florida. Eddy's a top 50 recruit overall on the Rivals 100 rankings, and now he is down to four schools that we've talked about over the last week over at Rivals. It is the Miami Hurricanes, the Oklahoma Sooners, the Oregon Ducks, and the in-state UCF Knights. Those have been a public top four for Pierre-Louis, but now we've got the commitment date also public. December 15th, Pierre-Louis announced on Saturday, will be the date he comes off the board with a verbal commitment. And of course, 5 days later, there are plans to sign a national letter of intent to one of those four schools. So with the commitment date in mind, this is where things stand for Pierre-Louis. I think, first of all, you got to look at the in-state UCF Knights. Long-standing relationship with that entire coaching staff. They recruited his older brother, Richard Garage, who played at Florida. That relationship is long-standing and will keep the Knights in it. If there's a program that has closed the gap with UCF since the fall began, it's Bill Bedenbaugh and the Oklahoma Sooners. OU has done a great job since hosting Eddy for an official visit late in the summer months, and they have continued to press for him as we get closer to a verbal commitment and eventually a letter of intent. But Pierre-Louis has been quick to say, don't count out Oregon, which would be the school he would visit if he was able to muster one more trip between now and National Signing Day, or the in-state Miami Hurricanes. We all know Mario Cristobal, the head coach there, an O-line guy himself, so naturally O-line prospects have drifted and gravitated towards that Miami program since Cristobal took over at the U. So we've got the Final Four. We've got the December 15th commitment date set. Now all we got to do is wait for Pierre-Louis to navigate the end of his recruitment. For all the latest on Pierre-Louis and the rest of the top prospects in the country, keep it locked on Rivals.com.